Hey everyone, just want to stop by real quick for this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my social medias at John D. Clouser, literally the same name as the name that you subscribe to on his YouTube channel. So enjoy this clip, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Why do I even do this clip? I don't even understand. Like, do I even really need to do this button? I honestly could probably just go right into my podcast, couldn't I? I've honestly never thought about this until right about now.
I dreaded the day I would have to make this post, but it is here. COVID has officially hit the Smith household. It is hard having to see your 3 babies go through a disease.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
All right. What is going on? How are you guys? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Clouser, or John D. Clouser, Juanito, whichever one you want to call me. What is it like? I always, whenever I say that, I always think of this lady once. I think she's like a far cousin. She was like, you can call me whatever you want, just make sure you call me to dinner. I'm like, okie dokie. And that's what I think about every time. Like, you can call me whatever you want. And that's what I really want to say after that, but I'm like, I don't. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, how are y'all? Are y'all good? Y'all doing good? Hope y'all ain't doing no damn abortions. I hope that's for sure. Oh God, can you guys believe that happened? Can you believe, I'm not, actually at this point, you can't be shocked, but the thing is, they talk about this all the time, they do, studies on ancient civilizations, and usually the point where the fall of a civilization is when they start talking about, gender and sex and genitalia, and, changing of it, and, sexualities and stuff like that, because what I think it is, and what I think happens is that when a society grows, because as humans we need to have problems, not problems, but we need to have a struggle, because it works with our brain. Our brain doesn't go fucking crazy and go insane. When you have a dog that's hyperactive and you don't do anything with that dog, and the dog's just fuck. It's that's the same thing that happens to us when you don't do anything. And there's so many of us, when life gets so easy, when you can get just slide a piece of plastic and you get food, and you have this disconnection from Mother Nature to where you're at in life, because we have houses, and we've worked so hard to get outside, to get away from everything. And so what would happen, I know I sound like a fucking granola right now, but that's what happens, is you go insane. There's a level of insanity that occurs. And then what happens with that is that if you hang around people that are insane, then you'll eventually start going insane as well, because your reality gets warped, in the sense of, because you lose what the touch of reality is, because you're not around reality anymore. You're continuously around this thing that's not making any sense. It's insane. It's weird how the brain works. Granted, guys, I what I tell everyone, if you hear what I say, please Google, do some things, as I do the same thing, but same, you're on a podcast by yourself for 30 minutes, you're gonna say some dumb shit sometimes, but yeah, it's so, to me, even me talking about this right now, I feel like it's not even my place to be talking about this. So it's it's so cringy when I see Congress guys, men, talking about abortion. It's bro, we don't have a vagina, we don't have a pussy. No, and I'm not trying to be crude. I'm just for the sake of the podcast. That's the thing. I don't have these things, so I'm never going to experience this. So I should not be talking about this. This has nothing to do with me. It's the same thing with the fucking Me Too thing. I'm not the people that are involved in this. This is not my thing. So I shouldn't be. If I should only be listening, I should not be involved in any sense of the fact of be talking. if you don't have a vagina, if you're never going to have an abortion, if you're never going to have the procedure, you have no right to be talking about this at all. And I'm not saying, and this has nothing to do with religion at all. This has to do with the fact, simply has to do with the fact that this should be a right. You should have this as an option. Not saying the option is correct, not the option is right. Like the same thing. You have the option between a salad and you have the option between McDonald's. Either or, neither one is technically incorrect or correct, in whatever situation. But the thing is, like, it should be on the table. It should be there. And the fact that like they're taking this away just shows that how much they don't give a fuck about women. And that's weird. That's so fucking weird. If we don't have women, we don't have life. We don't have anything. We don't have any of this. None of this. None of this is here. None of this here. None of like all the great inventions, all the great inventors were made because of women. Like all the bad women too, but oh God, oh shit, shouldn't say like that. But in the sense like humanity, women. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. That's gonna be what's clipped out. That's what's gonna be clipped out. It's like me saying that. But you all know what I mean. You know what I mean? It's just like this is about as far as I should ever talk about this. It's like, because it's the same thing when like Chick-fil-A I don't eat Chick-fil-A, and simply just because I think it's so fucking stupid that Chick-fil-A talks about how they don't like gay people. It's like, what? Like everyone has money. Like gay people have money. Gay people tend to have a lot of money. Like they don't have the same kind of expenses as like heterosexual people do. So why would you not want them to eat your sandwich? But the thing is, like, it's not like, if I heard something like that where it's like, oh yeah, well, we don't like support gay people. And you're like, okay, well, what is this organization? This organization must have been something that like, oh, they must have made like a pill for something. And if you have HIV, if you're gay, then like you're gonna perish because you can't survive. It's like, no, okay, well, what does this company do? They make chicken sandwiches. It's like, okay, well then shut the fuck up. Like this has nothing to do with anything. It's like, it'd be one thing if you guys were some organization that somehow like being gay is a thing that's going to help the world, but it's not. You're making a chicken sandwich, a grilled chicken sandwich. So let's chill out, not talk about gay people, because that has nothing to do with you. Like I'm only coming to you because you guys have chicken sandwiches. That was the only reason why I was even here. I had no idea you guys were even thinking about gay people. Same thing with fucking like male Congress guys. I was like, why are you guys worried about this? Like you guys, why out of all the shit in the world going on right now, this is what you're gonna be worried about? This is the thing. This is what it is. You're gonna be talking about women's being able to have an abortion or not, and then after that you want to be gay rights or gay marriage, and then like birth control. It's like, these are things that don't involve you really, and it's weird that you're talking about it, that you want to bring this up. It's weird. It's just odd. It would be odd if I'm like up here and I'm talking about like the third trimester. I know that's fucking cliche, and I think this would have been done before, but like as a joke. But it's the same thing. Like this is not your lane. Don't touch it. Just why would you even want to touch it? That's the thing. That's the biggest thing. It's like, why are you even wanting to talk about this, dude? This has nothing to do with you. Like, why? So that's it. Done. Over with it. It's just kind of weird. You want to know something else that's weird? Oh, great segue. Huh? It's not this beer. So you know the song Escape? Oh, let me see. I don't even know who in the fuck it is by. Who even wrote this song? Oh, it's by Rupert Holmes. Escape. You know this, like, do you like Piña Coladas getting caught in the rain? Like, see, that's the thing. Like, people only know, like, those two lines, really, I think. I feel, because you can be like, do you like Piña Coladas getting caught in the rain? I guarantee no one else really knows anything else of that song. Have you ever listened to the lyrics or ever, like, listened to the actual song? I was driving home, and YouTube was like, hey, you want to check the song out? I'm like, what is the song Escape? The Piña Colada song? I thought it might be a kid's song. So I was like, let's try this out. Like, you're just like that kind of like, you're just like that kind of in a silly mood where you're like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Like, this might be something kind of interesting. And in the sense, the fact that, I was about to do my podcast tonight, I'm like, oh, there might be a thing that happens out of this. Well, guys, this song is incredibly weird. So the song's called Escape, right? So this is how it goes. By Rupert Holmes. I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to read the lines to you. Like, I was tired of my lady. We'd been together too long. Like a worn out record. Oh, a favorite song. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Like standard kind of problem. Like one of the 7 standard problems. Like, it's about love. And it's about like, dimming love that is dimming. Okay, let's listen here. Okay. So while she lay there sleeping, I read the paper in bed, and in the personal columns, kind of like Craigslist, there was this letter I read. See, even like the structure of it is like, okay, I get the structure, and it's like, okay, very standard structure, but what is so it kind of sounds like kind of like the same kind of cadence to the what song is it? Or not the song, The Night Before Christmas. Like, yeah, The Night Before Christmas, like all through the house, no one's stirring but even a mouse. It kind of like feels like that kind of thing. And like, so then that's like that was the first verse, right? So then if you like Piña Coladas, this is the chorus everyone knows, and getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, okay, all right, and because I'm guessing this is like the things of like what the girl's like listing in the personal ad, and then if you like making love at midnight in the dunes on the cap, then I'm the love that you've looked for. Write to me and escape. It's like, okay, all right, okay. And like, that's the thing. That's the weirdest thing is like, that's the word at the very end, escape. Out of all the words that you've used, you could have used so many better words like Piña Colada. You could have used somehow like Piña Colada. And like, people would have been like, Piña Colada, that's a weird. And it ended up being a song about this. Like, they would have thought it was about the drink. And then it ends up being somewhat about this drink, but it ends up being about this love song about these two people. Anyway, let me continue because it gets a lot weirder. So, let's get it together. So far, this guy dating this woman, not really feeling her that much anymore. So, while she was sleeping while they're in bed together one night, he reads the personal ad, Craigslist. And then he sees this lady saying, hey, do you like Piña Colada? Do you like getting caught in the rain? God damn it. All right, so we move on to the next verse. Verse 2. I didn't think about my lady. I know that sounds kind of mean, but me and my old lady had fallen into the same old dull routine. In retrospect, that's like not that bad of a mean routine. That's actually kind of the fact that you're able to find a connection to those two and be able to making those two words rhyme, pretty cool. I like that part. But I'm just like, this song is so fucking weird. But just wait. So I wrote to the paper, took out a personal ad, and though I'm nobody's poet, I thought it wasn't half bad. It's like ad and bad. That's what he rhymes with this. All right, okay, going on. And so that's verse 2. Then it goes back, yes, I like Piña Colada. So it's basically the equivalent of like, now he's writing, this is him writing her back, this girl from Craigslist. And anyway, so basically this is a song, like, this is a Craigslist song. This is a guy from using Craigslist to get laid. Let me digress. There's a massive plot twist in this goddamn story. But anyway, so it's like, yes, I like Piña Coladas and getting caught in the rain. I'm not much into health food. I am into champagne. Rain, champagne. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, my phone is cracked, so I'm like trying to like read through that. So that's the reason why I'm like starting through this, because I got my new phone. I'll tell you that, guys, in a minute. But like, so that's the reason why this is the last episode with this shitty fucking phone that has a cracked screen. Because I was a doofus. I'm into champagne. I've got to meet you by tomorrow noon and cut through all the red tape at the bar called O'Malley's where y'all plan our escape. So, interesting. So, See, escape is like he's gonna escape away from this other woman with this other woman. He's gonna escape away from his girlfriend with this other woman. It is so fucking weird. Like, this is a weird song to begin with. That like this personal ad, maybe because it's like so it didn't age well. It's like newspapers and stuff. Maybe that's the reason why this song's like so, to me, so odd, so odd. So fucking odd. Okay. So let me see here. So we're entering into like what, the third verse, or like maybe like the bridge-ish area. So I waited with high hopes, and she walked in the place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curves of her face. Face. Weak, very low hanging words to choose to fucking rhyme with, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So it was my own lovely lady, and she said, "Oh, it's you." Who is just like, "Oh, wow." But like, anyway, so like she was cheating. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so yeah, see, here comes the plot twist. Like, and she said, "Oh, it's you." Then we laughed for a moment, and I said, "I never knew." Okie dokie. And then it goes, that you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, and the feeling of the and the feel of the ocean, the taste of champagne. If you like making love at midnight in the dunes of the Cape, you're the lady I've looked for. Come with me and escape. Escape. You like the dunes on the Cape, you're the lady I've looked for. Come with me and escape. See, this is why I don't like it. See, it's like, what the fuck? You've been with this woman for a while, then how long have you been with her? How long have you been with this girl? And like, what level would it be like, oh, clearly neither one of you want to be with the other person. You went on Craigslist, found some chick, and then like clearly your woman didn't want to be with you anymore, so she went on Craigslist to make an ad. Then you two accidentally meet up together, and you guys are like, "Oh wow, how weird to see you here." And then it's like, "Yes, I like pina coladas getting caught in the rain," and that's just how the song ends. It's like, it is one of the most weirdest, dumbest fucking songs ever written. And like, people look at me, and when they find out, I'm like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" I'm like, "I really don't listen to music." They're like, "But you do like podcasts like that." I'm like, "Yeah, you can like and do audio stuff and not like music, or not enjoy musical part of it, of that aspect of things." Like, there's filmmaking, there's photography. It's kind of the same thing, the same gist, the same realm of art, but it's not, you might like one more than the other. And then like, I always try, I every once in a while I'll try to give a song a chance, and then I hear a song like this, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm quite all right." This is an art form I just will never enjoy, ever. It hurts me too. It's just like, and then like too, I think the real reason why a lot of my anger for music is because of the anger I think the music I listened to when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of that like emo, screamo, like post-hardcore music, and like now listening back onto it, it just makes me cringe, because it's like, what were we all so upset about? We were all suburb kids, okay, and like we were just wearing Vans and like wearing Dickies and like having our hats on sideways. Like, what was there to be upset about? Because a girl didn't like it. Like, oh my god, and like, it irritates the shit out of me, to the point where like I'm like, you know what? I think because I like this music, I just don't deserve to listen to music for the rest of my life. I think all in favor. It's like I like, everyone's like, yeah, and then we're just like, hit the gavel, move the fuck on. I just have never listened to music. It's like, it just grosses me the fuck out. It's like, and like, I knew back then it was gross. I knew that music. I knew it was gross back then. But I'm like, I thought people listen to music to express themselves. I'm like, it's like, and even back then, like John, it's okay not to like something. Like I just was like so scared to like I was just trying to fit in all the time. So it's like, oh, I have to fit in. So it's like no, like actually no, you fucking hate this. Like this shit fucking sucks. You hate this. You hate fucking doing choir. Choir is not fun for you, and it's not just because like it's just you just don't want to sing these songs. Like I got kicked out of choir. I got kicked out of class all the time, every class. Always talking, always doing always talking. It was never anything like bad. I was never like getting into fights. I did get into a food fight and had to do community service for that at my school, which I ended up not doing. And then like the janitor just wrote it off for me. I did like 2 hours worth of work, and that was it. It was. He's like you play football, so I got you. I'm like okay, and I just did this and I fucking went home. I take that back. I actually, because one of my best friends was the middle linebacker, he was all-state middle linebacker, ended up playing Division I football, and I think we ended up working out, and then we went and like watched movies or something like that. We got high and went and watched a movie, something stupid like that. Oh man, but it was interesting times. Don't you think? What else do I have? I don't think I have anything else that's really important. Oh yeah, so so you know like this like I don't know if any of you guys like checked out like that Love on the Spectrum, the Australian. I think it was the Australian version, and that was really good. And so then they make an American version, but now like they're getting mental health. Mental awareness and all that stuff is like becoming like more and more a thing now, which is awesome. It's great. But there's always like that pendulum that swings back and forth that kind of like just like is the ebb and flow of the world and ebb and flow of like the universe and all that stuff. And how like even like times like it swings one way, then it swings back the other way. But what's so funny is like right now I feel like we're dying, like we are diagnosing people with all these disorders, and like it's like funny because like you watch these things of these people who have like that are autism or they have Asperger's and stuff like that, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like there's aspects of what they do is like I do that, but we're like wait, am I that? And it's like aren't we all a little Asperger's? Don't we all have autism a little bit? Like, and I remember growing up and like that was just called like personalities. That was a personality trait. That was just someone who's like this. Like you're like, yeah, well, he's a cool guy. He's really good at math, but then like like you try to talk to him about like his life, and he freaks the fuck out on you, and he doesn't want to talk about that shit. And you're like, okay, but he likes the sound of fucking like, like the sound of like a drip from a drain. And he's like, okay, it's like, yeah, that's just Tim. That was it. Like that, you just knew these things about this person. You just hung out with them anyway. You smoked pot with them, and you drank beers, and then you went to his wedding when you got married. It's like personality traits. These weren't like autism. This wasn't like Asperger's. It was just being a person. It's just so funny because like it probably was. I was like, but I'm like, aren't we all though? Aren't we all little like? Are we all little Riri every here and there? Like, who cares? Like, and it's so cool. It's like, but like, because it's like they're like like you might have Asperger's or you might have autism if you like when you're like thinking of something, you can just like repeat the same thing over and over again, over and over and over again. Or someone who like you can like get hyper focused on one thing. It's like, isn't that a good thing? Like, remember when like you were growing up and someone was like, oh dude, he would just get like, he just gets hyper like tunnel visioned into like, working on like that car, and then he just fucking gets it done. He just does it. Like I had a friend who was really good at like being a mechanic growing up, and like he was just like, you get him a tool set, you give him like what you need, and he just would just go to town. He wouldn't like talk to you. He just get it done. He's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, give me a beer. Let me work on your car, and that was it. It was awesome. Like it's like it wasn't. We never looked at it as like at all. Like oh that guy. Oh Jim has autism. It's like we were just like, oh, Jim's just really good at fucking cars. He just gets hyper fucking focused on it. It's like it's fucking insane. It's like I had another friend who's like he did that with math. It's like we just like he's just super fucking smart. That was it. It's like he's like, oh, that's what it is, autism. I'm like, sure, he's autistic or he has Asperger's, whatever. Or it's like like you don't want to interact and you don't want to talk to some people. Like who wants to talk to everybody? Who wants to talk to everyone? And it's like, John, clearly you don't. So that might be the reason why you have that. I'm like, I don't. It's just funny. how we have this thought process of that. It's muy loco. But anyway, how are y'all? Hope you guys are doing good. Well, we're kind of like, I'm getting this podcast done early because I'm trying to get this done. Then I want to try to get it uploaded. Or I want to try to get it into the computer, get into the software system, try to edit it. And it shouldn't take that long. It never really takes that long if I just fucking focus on it. I need to do some laundry. It's going to be an intense couple hours after I get done with this podcast. So I'm trying to get it done early. Or doing it on a Wednesday, actually, too. Have a shoot tomorrow on Thursday. So I have to get this done now. It's life, you know. I have a story that's due in like 2 weeks, which is I think it's about 2.5 weeks. July 11th is when it's due. It's like, I thought I was like 65% done, but I'm maybe like, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but now like today after working on it, I worked on it. I got like maybe like 60 words during my lunchtime, because I'm working on this whenever I can. I'm bringing my laptop to work whenever I get a chance. I'm like just picking at it, and I'm like, I have maybe 30% of this story done, but it could also be just because that paragraph is really shitty and it's short and it's bad. So it's almost like, you know, if you get rid of this, you can get rid of like maybe like 400 words off your count. Because I'm at 1941 words. So it's like, in the word count limit, it's 2,000. So I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like, God damn it. But I'm also like, there are also like big chunks that I've just moved around. So like, most likely I'm not going to use them. But I'm like, fuck. Can't figure this story out. And I'm like, I was never really like into I hate saying this because I feel like then it's like, what's the point? But it's like, that was the point, was because it's a writing prompt story contest that I would never do. I would never do this. I've done this I've done an exercise similar to this, but I would never choose like an Edgar Allan Poe. One of the things that they chose, like the artist that you had to use for the contest, like you had to pick like two. They had these couple artists, and they had like these 2 lines from each one of their, like a story, and then you had to write story from like having the first sentence of your story has to be the first sentence of their story, last sentence of their story has to be the last sentence of your story. In between there has to be your story. You write your own thing, but I'm just like, I would never do this storyline, but I only chose it because it had my name in it. So I thought it'd be easier to do it that way, but it almost feels like it's kind of dumb that way. I kind of feel like I fucked myself in a weird way by doing that. But yeah, it's like fucking A, you know? But it is what it is. It is, but that's the fun thing of it. Like, I'm like, I don't give a, like right now, I still don't really give a shit about the fucking money. Like, if I can just get published. I just want to get published so bad. I'm just like hustling my ass off on it. Like it's like now I feel like what's so funny is like, even though like I'm in the trenches of hell, I feel so complete because I'm working my ass off doing the grunt work. And then like when I do get some success, it's going to feel really cool. It's going to be really fun, and you appreciate it more when that happens. And then you don't like take advantage of situations or in bad ways, or you don't do, when you put in the hard work, good things happen eventually, and you have to, and granted, there has to be some luck as well. So we'll see. But anyway, I have like 40 seconds left, and that's not to set up my new phone. Well, anyway, guys, I'll probably, I think this is where we're going to end this podcast. So, have a good night. Be safe. Wash your hands. Fucking hate on the abortion shit. All right, bye.